Hey guys, BJTHEBRAVE here, back with another deck guide and another Genestealer deck guide. This time I am joined by my Alliance teammate Slither. Once again, Slither, welcome back to the stream.
Hey, thanks for having me. Always fun to be in the videos.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You just come back from holiday?
yeah, been down in Cornwall for a couple of weeks, so no content for
Okay.
me.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's been a bit of a content drought with you being away for 2 weeks.
I know, man, I'm like it's down there texting everybody
Yeah,
else going, is
there,
anyone going to make some content? I really want to
there
watch.
should have been like 7 orc deck guides out by now. I mean, what the hell?
Well, yeah, but this is I don't know. I mean, I've been playing like grabbing 3 or 4 games a day on the phone basically, so I've struggled to
Mm.
really play consistently. But my experience with the expansion, I'll probably talk more about this in another video. But I don't know. I kind of don't like it because I feel like it's like when you get a new release with loads of cards, you get this phase that everyone's excited, and if everybody had the cards, then there'd be loads of experimenting, lots of fun, lots of like trying different stuff. Whereas
Mm.
the way it sort of works feels very Marvel snappy to me. So it's like no one can actually get the cards in the month that the new cards come out, and so by the time everyone gets the cards, which will be probably month two at least, kind of all that excitement, initial buzz has worn off, and everyone's figured out the meta deck. So you never actually get that phase of experimentation and fun. And to me, that's
Yeah,
that's like a massive miss because I thought that was terrible in Snap, and yeah, don't like it. I think it's too dragged out, to be honest.
Y-
What do you think?
yeah, I agree. I think yeah, that initial like everyone had that initial buzz of wanting to do deck testing, but you ran into that wall of just not having the cards to deck build with.
No.
I mean, both of us bought the pre-sale, and like I thought buying getting those expansion boosters would like maybe give me a leg up, and I could like build
Yeah.
some cool stuff. But like, uh, well, I guess we're talking about Saffa, but
Yeah.
my gas deck is like somewhat budget friendly because the main new card is Drag It Down in that one, and that's
Yeah.
common or a green. So that's like I didn't need like all the epics to like really go off with that.
Well, maybe we'll do another.
Um,
Maybe we do another deck and do some Gazgul. Yeah, we could look at that for sure. But one of the things that we are going to talk about today is Saffa because Saffa to me is in an interesting spot. I've said for quite a few months now that I think that the Genestealer cult is probably the best designed faction in Warpforge. And the reason I've said that is nothing to do with kind of like are they the tier one deck or the meta deck or anything like that. It's more to do with I feel like that the design is sort of pushes Warpforge. It pushes the rules, and it offers quite a lot of deck building opportunities and a lot of flexibility. But obviously, because of that, we have figured out several, not just one, but multiple, top tier decks with Gene Stealers over the months. And every time that happens, they sort of get clobbered with the Nerf hammer to the point that I actually feel this season is the first season where they are somewhat underpowered. Actually, would you agree with that?
yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, Outriders is definitely out. That one energy nerf, it just made it like way too slow. Um,
Yeah,
but I suppose the nice thing, yeah, Gene Stealers is there are all these like there's a lot of like decks that have worked before that you can kind of try and like mash things together and see see what works.
yeah,
Um, I think Outriders is actually still okay into Azrael, but it's just too slow into Orkz. You'll just die
yeah.
if
I
you
think
like go against Mozrog with this.
I think that's spot on. I mean, like, it might be good. It might still be a good one in the, if we do a Warpforge Open again, that this might be a good open deck because it is very good against Dark Angels, but like you're heavily favoured, even still, I think against Azrael with this. And this
Mhm.
was kind of like my 2.0, but you're right. Like against the beatdown Orcs, it's just too slow.
Yeah.
I kind of wondered if it'd be a. I kind of wondered if it'd be a kind of um, almost like a subliminal buff going to 5. And the reason for that is that it allows you to run the 3 drops. Because the problem you always had was if you ran Biophagus previously on 3, that you couldn't then use the talent on 4, right? Because you needed to play the Outriders.
Yeah.
And it was sort of like yeah, it was sort of like similar with Locust. Like, what's the point playing this on 3 to then attack and stun on E4 when you're going to stun anyway on E4 with Outriders? So all the good 3 drops, which is where GSC are very powerful, I think, is the 3 drops. They just weren't viable. So I kind of was thinking that with the Outriders going to 5, I thought, is it like a low key? Is it going to be like a low key buff? Because you had a handful of cards in the previous version that were somewhat redundant. Really, you were just filling the deck, and so I was like, now you can bring in like some good cards again, and it might work. But again, if and to be honest, that logic is not bad. If you do draw these on 3, like if you don't draw these on 3, then you will feel the nerf big time. And that's kind of been my experience with this version. It's definitely not bad. It's definitely, if you're perhaps lower in the ladder, and I definitely think this is a good deck, but it's probably not anymore like kind of top tier. And then we played a bit of Combo Nexus. There's a couple of different versions that I sort of climbed quite quickly to around 2-9. I think I got with Combo Nexus, and then I had like a run of like 4 Dark Angel players in a row, and I lost them all. And I was just like, this deck just struggles against. It's basically the 5-drop, right? Like the Talon Master is just, oh my god, this card is just savage against Combo Nexus. Like it's just
I can imagine.
such a hard punish. There's so many of the setups that you can't do. Like you can't play Biophagus and Locus. You can't have both of those down from E5 onwards. Like this thing will just win the game on that turn if you do that. So it's real difficult. It's real difficult. And then you came up with, we both were trying my kind of old Uprising deck, and then you've come up with a good iteration, I think, that has actually managed to push the faction up well deep into 3K. I think are you 3.5 now?
Yeah. I just got 3.5 like half an hour ago.
Okay, so you're. I mean, I probably need to come out of the game and reload, but yeah, so you're up to 3.5 now with that, which is awesome. So that's the deck we're going to talk a bit about today. So this was the version I had. So I think your version's slightly different to this, right?
Yeah, so I don't run the Atalan leader. I run another Gestalt Energy.
Okay.
Um,
So we don't have
I don't think Atalan leader's bad. I think my kind of thinking was that like it's the same reason I only have one Neophyte Trooper as well. Is that the main thing that's killing you is going to be like Mozarog beating you down, or isn't necessarily going to be that much stuff to like flank.
Yeah.
I know that one big change of this compared to your Uprising deck is that it has Locuses in the Locus card in, which I think is just necessary into like Gordrag and Mozarog. Like you just you don't want them to be able to like kill you just as like you get your combo out.
I think in this meta that is such a good tech. Like I 100% agree with it. It's always had the good synergy with Biophagus as well, and I think that's probably like the biggest upgrade to the deck running the Locus. The reason why I never ran it in the original one was because I was trying to be a little bit more pure on the combo, right? So by having fewer troops, if I spent a couple of turns drawing troops, I guess the consistency of either getting your leader or getting the 1-drops into hand to combo off with the leader meant that the combo was more consistent. And I have to say, when I started your version, I was struggling a little bit to pilot it at first because I was like, oh, am I playing this as like a tempo kind of combo Nexus deck, or am I playing it as a leader? And I was sort of falling half and half. But
yeah, so there like one of the weaknesses of this version compared to your pure version is that sometimes you will be there trying to draw your Metamorph leader, and you'll be getting like Nexus and Locus into your hand instead, and sometimes you can sometimes end up with like awkward hands on E6. Like sometimes it can get to E6 and you have to like you gotta go, and like you gotta just use what you have. But the thing is, I think the kind of mini Nexus package does have some synergy with the Uprising combo. So, for example, if you combo on E6, a really good follow-up to that is actually to play Nexus and then Gestalt Energy on E7. That gives you +3 to your whole board.
Yeah, because even if you don't, like say you attack and you get all the pings put his health down low, and even if he's got the AoE to clear, like sometimes just dropping like setting up the Nexus the next turn with the Nig Assault to win is enough to get you over the line, right?
Yeah. Nexus is a very good like fallback win con, similar to Saboteur. That like the game's not gonna go perfect. You're not gonna get the perfect combo where and they'll miss their answer like every game. Like a lot of time you'll combo and either they have AoE or they have something to like clear out most of it and kind of take the steam away a bit. But then yeah, you kind of have your like fallback options in like Nexus and Saboteur. I feel like we kind of cheesed a lot of wins actually, where my opponents like kind of dealt with the Uprising combo, but then I've had like a Locust down and on like E7 or something, and they just managed to like one shot them with like double Gestalt energy and stuff like that.
It's really interesting, man, because like in combo Nexus, I mean, there's always like multiple lines of play, right? But one of the kind of key win lines was on E7 to drop Nexus and Locust, right? Because then E8, you could do like 30 plus damage basically, like insane. So it kind of makes sense here, right? Because if we're going to go off and play leader on E6, then you've still got that potential combo of like Locust Nexus on E7 as a follow-up, which is just relentless.
Yeah, and even if you don't draw Nexus, sometimes the Gestalt energies can just push you over the line where you like couldn't quite kill them before.
Yeah.
I think in your old version you had bore through instead of Gestalt energy, but I don't think there's not too much like I can't really think of too many like annoying armored units to use that on. And if you've like kind of just done your like Uprising combo, you'd probably rather have the bonus damage to everything on the board rather than was it like 5 or 4 damage to like an armored warlord.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but what I'm finding as well is that a lot of the Orc warlords now, the top tier ones, are playing more beatdowny, and a lot of them are dropping the armor anyway. Whereas before, you'd potentially have these sort of like grindy Orc builds, and things like bore through could help. But yeah, I think the Gestalt mix does make a lot more sense here. Before we started recording, we were just chatting about my version of your version, which had the Atalan leader and only one Gestalt energy. And it's kind of this weird trade-off, right? Because my thinking was, so if you run the double Gestalt and don't run the Atalan, then your card draw consistency is better, right? Because obviously you've got what do you got? You got an extra. You'd have an extra troop, wouldn't you, with the Atalan?
Yeah.
But the other way of looking at it for me was, with this deck, you're just trying to survive to the combo, right? And so the Atalan gives you a turn essentially. Like a pre E6, it's a turn. If you play Atalan later, it will help deal with the board, and it's an extra turn of surviving. So that was kind of like the idea. But then again, like you have got like double Nexus, and which I only used to have one copy of Nexus in it, and I don't know. I think you've probably got enough to kind of get.
Yeah, I mean you can play Nexus on board on E4 as well and do just to like have a body on the board.
Yeah. Yeah.
As well.
Should we walk people through? Because I'm conscious that you and I probably have a lot of the foundations in our head around this deck, but if someone's watching this for the first time, they might be thinking, "What the hell are these two on about? What is this deck? How does it work?"
Okay, yeah, okay. We can go back to basics for a minute.
Let's start with Saffa, right? So obviously we are running Saffa here because Saffa allows us to draw, and because it's a combo deck, we want consistency. We want to always be able to choose. Like sometimes you'll have a hand with loads of troops, and you might want to draw a stratagem, and vice versa. Like if you put Saboteur down, you want to be able to draw into a sabotage card and then play the sabotage, so you're getting double sabotage to trigger its artifice. So it's just that flexibility and consistency that Saffa gives you. But outside of that, okay, so walk us through the deck, and then we'll talk about some of the kind of tactics and ways you've been using it.
Okay, so I mean the core of the deck is basically the metamorph leader, discounting everything by 1, which lets you combo all your 1-drops. The main 1-drop you want to be spamming with this guy at the same time is the Neophyte Initiates for the big Day of Ascension that will, ping the board away. And at the same time, they're going to be getting buffed up, their melee buffed up. So you do a bunch of that. So on E6, play Metamorph Leader. All these 1-drops are getting to like quite scary like melee damage, and they're also like clearing like a good chunk of the board and doing a lot of burn damage as well. So that's like the core thing you want to be looking for. That's your like main win con.
And as I said in the original version, the icon bearer is how you get more 1-drops, right? Like,
Yeah, the icon bearer is very important.
Somewhere along the line, you're probably dropping one of these and attacking to put more 1-drops in hand. Things like on E5, you're playing that with the trooper, right? So the trooper can attack, giving you another another 1-drop. And there's even the potential that you can Rogue Informant. I don't know if you've done this line where you actually play Rogue Informant turn 1.
Oh yeah, I will keep it in hand turn 1 to try and get the stealth icon bearer or the stealth metamorph leader. So it adds a lot to the combo.
So yeah. So would you play Rogue Informant turn 1 over the Saffa Warlord ability to draw?
Generally speaking, yes. I think one thing I found playing this deck, I think there's like lines you kind of take against. You can take it a little bit slower against Imhotep because he's not gonna like kill you on like E7. Yeah. So if it's a matchup where you don't like have to do the combo E6 no matter what, you can maybe take it a little bit slower and like try and get a bit more value out of your hand. But yeah, if it was against like Mosrock, then definitely Rogue Informant turn 1 and just try and play out your hand and just like do everything possible to stop him killing you while also trying to get your combo pieces set up. Is that kind of the core of the deck? Yeah, so I guess the main you kind of Uprising combo core, which is like all your 1-drops into Metamorph Leader and your 3-drops kind of support that. In that, all your 3-drops kind of combo with the Icon Bearer because you've got 2 stealth 3-drops that you can put down first, then you play Icon Bearer afterwards, so you get 2 procs, and they might be stunned or have a sabotage to deal with. And I guess you've also got this kind of like sabotage slowdown package as well. You got Backstab and Clandestine Operation and the specialist that just basically help slow the game down. You don't want the opponent taking over the board like turn 2, turn 3.
And I think it's worth just if I can add on that. So I think people, when they think about sabotage, they think like the previous season's meta deck was all about just kind of manipulating these ridiculous sabotage decks, right? Where you put loads of sabotage cards in the hand, you made them cost more, then you hit them with the what's the bloody spell called that does damage?
I know which. Oh, yeah, I forgot the name. Yeah. I missed the last meta. I took a break from the game, so I missed most of the sabotage menace. Oh, Trap Sprung.
Trap Sprung used to be 5 energy. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
But I think what people need to understand with this deck is what the sabotage is all about. Is, as Slither just said, it's all about it's disruption. It's about forcing your opponent to spend 2 of their energy, and even though you spent 2 of your energy, often you're not bothered about that, because ultimately what you're doing is buying time to play out the combo. So it's really just a disruption trick, isn't it, to be able to get to your combo. And also because so many of these you can actually choose, like Clandestine says, choose a sabotage card. You can often put the cultist one in hand. So like sometimes if you put the others, they can kind of choose to take the turn off from playing it. Whereas if they take the turn off from getting rid of your cultist one, that plays into your combo, right? So you're more likely to then just win the game anyway. So,
yeah, if you can make them like hold on to it for a turn, that's like pretty huge for this deck, absolutely. Then maybe a tip for new players: it's worth knowing like what decks don't like what sabotages. So with Orkz, you never want to give them 2 poison supplies because you're opening yourself up to bomb squig just killing itself on the turn it goes down. So again against orcs, I try to avoid giving them poison, but and just try and just give them the initiate one, or if that doesn't appear, then give them the take damage for the stratagem one.
Stratagem. Yeah. So
yeah, I think I've lost a couple of games because I gave poison supplies to orcs, and there's been some like unstable shenanigans. I guess sorry, yeah, to carry on with the deck, there's I guess the last part is this like little bit of like Nexus combo stuff with the double Gestalt, Nexus itself and Locus. Gestalt Energy is nice because just after the turn, after your big Uprising combo, you can just play Gestalt Energy out and just kill your opponent or get them solo. They have to go into like full panic mode. And Nexus is also just like another like one thing with the combo, if you can get a stealth body down on E5, that's really nice because then obviously your Metamorph leader is going to bump that up to like 6, 7, 8 damage, and that can either just go face or delete some sort of problematic unit. So there's a lot of you kind of got you got your core combo, you got the disruption stuff, you got the Nexus combo bit, and they all kind of support each other, I would say.
It also means with your Biophagus, obviously your Biophagus means you can choose one of these 3 cards, and I would say that which I choose is very much depends on the deck I'm playing. Like in the Outriders deck, I often go for Enhanced Aggression with the Biophagus because I want to be able to give my tanks flank, right? Whereas in Combo Nexus, it's almost always Enhanced Musculature. I find that in this deck, without the double Nexus, I would probably be taking Enhanced Resilience, whereas in this version, it's kind of like a toss-up between these two, right? Because if you think you can threaten with the Nexus, then bag in the Enhanced Musculature, so that on the turn after you play Nexus, you can play this plus Gestalt Energy. Is gonna just almost be the same as combo, really.
Yeah, depends. Yeah, I think it depends when you play it. If you're kind of playing it in your like setup turns, if you can get the resilience on your like Locus or Icon Bearer, that's like very obnoxious and makes your opponent have to work a lot to clear them. But yeah, for like trying to give you a bit more reach and to combo with like Nexus and stuff, then yeah, Enhanced Musculature is the better one.
So do you have any Mulligan advice or tips for people?
So the general advice is to Mulligan basically everything to try and find either Metamorph Leader or Neophyte Icon Bearer. But there's like a few exceptions if it's like a very tempo heavy deck. So if you're fighting like Ursula Creed, you probably want to hang on to Clandestine Operation or Backstab and just start giving them the poison supplies. Locust, I think, is generally a keep into the Orc gym bosses because that's like one of the few ways you have of protecting yourself from just them face bashing you. I think Rogue Informant you would keep as well because that would generally help you pull your combo pieces, and ideally if you can get Icon Bearer or Leader Stealth, that makes like a huge difference in like certain matchups.
What about things like Perfect Ambush or Biophagus? Would you still keep those?
If it was similar to like Backstab and stuff, if it was like a tempo heavy faction, I would probably keep Biophagus. I would generally keep Perfect Ambush. But if it's Orcs, I probably would chuck Biophagus away because they don't really have to care about the poison supplies. If you have the Icon Bearer in hand and you have the other 3 drops in hand, like Locus and Biophagus, then I would actually keep all of them. If you have a hand of Biophagus, Locus, Icon Bearer, that's actually a pretty good hand.
Yeah, I'll show a game in a minute where I had that, and it's very much about like thinking about how they go with the rest of the. It's not a straightforward mulligan, is it? Because it's very much about thinking about what goes with what, and have you got other pieces, and if you have, like you just said, then you would keep them.
Yeah. It's something I'm still learning. Sometimes I'm keeping stuff in the opening hand, and then like later down the line, I'm like that was. It's not. Like I think a couple of games I've kept Biophagus in my hand against Orcs, and I've put it down, and it's literally not achieved. It's not done anything. So I'm like, that I should have chucked this. This could have been a Metamorph leader. Um, who
Yeah.
knows the main ones? I think if
I suppose it depends against offense cards as well, right? Because if you're playing against Eldar, and you can, for example, start on E3, then obviously you want to keep your 3 drops, right? Because you can just play straight off the bat, drop a Barfagus, make him pay for getting rid of the sabotage, and you're already ahead, aren't you?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Would be curious your opinion on is actually if you don't have the Metamorph leader in hand, would you keep the 3-drop leader in hand? Because I know that's like the backup one, but obviously Metamorph is still a lot better. Um, that's something I've not figured out yet.
Honestly, in your version, I don't know either, because obviously I didn't used to run Locust. When I didn't run Locust, the answer was yes, because I would very much treat the Neophyte Leader as an emergency tempo 3-drop, like 3E drop, because we
Mm.
just didn't have that many. And so if I needed to fight for the board and fight for tempo, it's quite a good vanilla 3-drop to drop. But with Locust, I feel like like it's a bit of a waste of leader. And similar to how you're talking about Gestalt energy, what I found with leader is like when you've already dropped the combo, like then just to play a leader down with a couple of units can actually just boost the bod that's already there. Similarly,
Yeah.
if you played Nexus and I don't know Locus on E7, then E8 you could drop Neophyte leader and do the same thing and buff those. I don't know. It's a weird card in a sense because it's a great card, but sometimes you feel a bit awkward with it because you're not sure. I think the trick is not being too greedy with it. Um,
Yeah. I think there have been some games where I've actually managed to bank a ton of initiates and I've had Neophyte leader in my hand.
yeah, you just
I
have to
think
go off.
I think it's generally sometimes if you have like 5 or 6 initiates in hand, it might actually be better to just play the initiates without the leader sometimes like the damage is more relevant than the damage and the extra bodies are like more important than the stat boost.
Yeah,
Um, oh yeah, one thing, yeah, with I don't know if we said already, but one of the key things with the combo is that you're going off before a lot of key cards. So if you're going first into Dark Angels, it's very very important you go off on E6 because that's the turn just before Deadly Hunters. And if you're going against Orkz, it's very, very important you go off on either E6 or E7, so you get in just before Will of Gork
yeah,
can board wipe. So if there's a lot of times you don't have the perfect hand on E6, but you gotta just do it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Make it problematic before he's got the removal. And there's some
yeah,
there's some tricks you can do. I mean, perfect ambush is not like super easy to draw in this deck because obviously we have got what do we say? We have 9 stratagems, so it's
yeah.
it's not guaranteed. It's not one of these decks where you guarantee it. But I find that if I'm going second and I have perfect ambush and opening hand, I'll keep it and I'll actually take the oh god, what's the idol? That gives you +1
Oh yeah, the energy refill.
refill. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's awesome against like the hard removal factions like Orkz because you can actually go off even if it is Will of Gork turn, and then you can use the idol to get the +1 and put the ambush on your either your Neophyte leader or your whatever your booster was, your Metamorph leader.
Mm.
And then obviously they can't remove it because it's immune to mucking about Will of Gork and stuff. So that can be super potent. Otherwise, I've been using the level 40 sabotage card as my defense. What about you?
I don't have that. Um, if I think my advice if you don't have level 40 is pick the energy refill over the random ambush card. I have to say I really dislike the random ambush card.
Okay.
Um, so I mean obviously there's times it can be good if it gives you like a 0 cost unit. That's generally always good. But like if you've got a patriarch in hand or like the horrible like 7E ambusher that's like uh 8 melee 0 ranged. I don't know. It's like especially in a combo deck as well. Like you can't be having like a dead card that you can't even play in your hand. So
Yeah.
I would um I would yeah either energy refill and then so you can put perfect ambush on, or alternatively you can like sneak in a 2-drop into your uprising combo if you don't have perfect ambush.
Yeah, the Trooper's good for that. The Trooper's really good for that because this can end up being a
Yeah.
massive flanker when you go off with a combo, right? Like you play your metamorph, then you boost your refill, then you play this guy, then you play all your 1-drops, and then between all the 1-drops and this guy, giving the
Yeah, he
plus
just
1,
comes in and deletes something.
he's
I mean,
just
also a
huge.
specialist as well is also not. I mean, it's not as explosive, but like when you've gone for your combo, your opponent can't really afford to like clear the sabotage. So whatever effect you put in will probably get to stick.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a really nice. It's a really nice deck. It's a really nice
thanks.
iteration. And I had a couple of. I mean, I had a couple of games like this. This just showed a couple of
Yeah.
examples.
How do you want to do it? So watch a couple and then we'll play a
Yeah,
couple.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So what I actually did here, which was interesting, because I was playing against Orkz, and this leader is tier 1 right now, and I think generally a beatdown deck. I actually kept a lot of this hand, and I think my thinking was, and this is what I mean about lines of play. I don't know whether you would have kept this hand, but I think my thinking was, what I want to do is just cause this guy a ton of pressure. Like I just want him for the first 5 turns to be getting rid of sabotage cards, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah,
and because I've got
that's
that,
fair.
so he
Oh,
actually,
that's true. Oh,
yeah,
what the hell?
yeah. So he actually goes, and this sort of like confirmed the fact that okay, this guy's going to go full on aggro against me here. So because he did that, I wasn't planning on doing this, but because he did that, I used the backstab option, and I think the backstab gives the cultist. So I wasn't planning, because of that I then go in with the fulfilled supplies and go
Oh,
propaganda, because he can't remove both of them turn 1, right?
that is strong. That's a very strong opener. That makes me want to get this defense card.
Well, exactly, and this is why I think this defense card suits this deck really well, because it just forces that defense. And now I'm getting a 1-drop, and of course the next question is, do we go ahead and put another one in and make him use all 4, and I decide to do that, right? So it's like let's just do it again. He can't even use his warlord power. Now this feels a little bit like I know he's taking the turn off, but sometimes I feel like, I don't know, like E4 he just plays 2 out. I'm never that happy with it, but equally, you know, this is a beatdown war boss, and we're now coming up to E4. We've got initiative, so this is just like one way you can play this deck. And again, I'm like, let's keep it going. This is much better. Like if we can put 2 in any on E5, that's much better than 2 on E4, right? Because he's likely going to waste the 1 as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like these are like the subtleties of this deck, isn't it? It's like thinking about, how would I want to play it as my opponent? Where's the pressure points? And like, he must be pulling his hair out here. It's like it's literally 5 turns and he's not played a card yet, other than the one he played.
Yeah, with the Orc boy at the start.
Yeah. And this is
Well,
what I mean.
this is
Like, obviously we don't have metamorph, but what we can do here is we can rogue informant to dig for it, and there it is.
Oh, okay.
Coming in with stealth. And then we got the biomorph.
That's quite. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I just said it's quite interesting because I'm often playing Rogue Informant turn 1, but I think in a way of holding it until quite late, where your deck's been thinned a little bit, then you're more likely to hit the key cards. That's an interesting line actually. That might make me change how I play some of my future games.
And potentially, if he hadn't dropped an Orc, I would have done that. But because he dropped the Orc Warbust, that's why I went with the backstab on E1. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what's interesting here is I obviously can go off, and I actually think I pulled the wrong two by accident, because when I dropped this guy, I was like, oh, I was meant to drop the metamorph.
Oh, really?
But then I was like, do you know what? We don't. It's not like we have a big combo anyway. But the problem is with this line now is obviously we run into the Will of Gork potential. So it would have been better to have just gone off there, right, and got ahead of Will of Gork for sure.
Yeah. Generally, I would. My usual rule of thumb is like, if you go in second against Orcs, it's E6 or not at all.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing that we do get to do now is that thing we talked about in the deck building part, the deck tech part, which is we can actually, because we're on E7, we can just obviously get rid of this first for the AoE, and then we can actually play the neophyte trooper, right? Because we've got the extra 1. And that's what's going to take care of this. So I think I actually play the trooper first. Yeah, and then we play the neophyte. And this way we don't lose any ping damage, right? Because we clear this now. I mean, the only thing is, if the explosion kills the neophyte, like, it wouldn't be great. But
Yeah, it's always tragic, but I don't know. With unstable, you can't. I feel you can't like play around it too much.
no. And, and I think what we're seeing as well here, which is quite nice, is like even though we haven't got a big combo, we've got the stealth on here, and then having the icon bearers as the backup to the board is, I find, like one of the really nice things with this deck, because it kind of allows you to kind of double play the combo.
Yeah, sometimes you can like do a bad combo first, but then just like refill with like icon bearers and then do like a better one later on.
Yeah. Okay, so he obviously stomp damage means he essentially gives him light blast. Yeah, and now obviously what we can do is just drop both icon bearers, and then again, for anyone who's like new to this deck, like it's the order in here, right? So you want to put both your icons down, you want to attack with one unit, then drop both of the neophytes, then attack with another unit, then drop both of the neophytes, and it's just about getting the ordering right, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the rule of thumb is just put up whatever has uprising on, put it down first. But yeah, I think is this actually lethal then? I'm actually not very good on the math side of the initiates.
Yeah, pretty
But
much, because what's happening is we're gonna, each time we attack, we're gonna get 2 more guys. So we've still got the 10 drop which we attack with now.
oh yeah, you got him. Yeah, and then you got another initiate
We get
afterwards.
another 2. Plus we've still got enough to play the Biophagus. So yeah, we just wind it on a bit. GG.
Yeah, that's one nice thing with yeah, if the Orc war bosses do put armor on, or if you're against Imhotep with armor on, obviously all your little one pings like don't care about that, which is really nice.
So do you want to see an Imhotep version or an Abaddon one?
Well, I think an Orc game and an Imhotep game was probably your best like snap meta. I think those are probably the 2 big meta decks.
Yeah,
I think.
that's a good point. Yeah. So we've shown an Orc. So let's. I think I've got one again.
What's this?
Oh, yeah.
I think I just looked at his score. He's pretty high rank. This Chinese player. So it's be
Yeah, he's like I think he's like third. I think he's like third at the minute on necrons, like 3,400 or something. So
yeah, no. So you notice a good player you're against as well. So
what would you do here? I think I just kept icon bearer.
yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, probably trying to find those other free drops to combo it with and stuff.
Well, one of the cheeky things you can do though is you can gene steal a familiar, the icon bearer itself, and attack like a remnant, and then you get another one out.
Yeah, and that way you're like you don't feel bad about playing the familiar because you're like replacing it with
another one drop
initiate anyway.
So because we're playing a slower build, I actually did use Saffa's thing to just draw a troop there.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, against Imhotep, I wouldn't play specialist turn 1.
But what he has done is a bit of a punish, because I was like, oh no, he's just dropped the 2-drop. They often don't do that. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, the thing against Imhotep, even if he takes over the board a little bit, you're not. It's not going to kill you that early. It's obviously it's annoying, but.
So
works out. Yeah, you got the board back.
So it's similar to last game, right? Isn't it? We're putting that poison down. You can't develop the board, and I think here I actually went ahead with the icon bearer. Now I could have played this slower, right? We could have done Locust and that, and we could have next turn done the icon bearer. What would you?
Yeah, I mean that's the old what do I call it, the Shrigma combo where you do Biophagus into Locust into icon bearer in that specific order. If you remember from like the Tempo Magus deck.
Yeah.
Which I normally still do because I do like being able to put the resilience on the Locust or the icon bearer is really good. But oh, please don't tell me he greeds. Oh no, okay.
Yeah. Well, this is the only way you could clear these, right? I was like, there's only one way I can think that he clears both of them, and he had it. And you just want to count the number of Tomb Blades in this game, by the way.
They're quite a lot.
It's just
Got
every
2 so far.
every turn. So he literally had the perfect answer there in the defense card into the 5e strap. So I actually just went ahead and
The resilience on.
buffed this up, which
I probably would have used the clandestine if I were you.
you'd use the
'Cause-
contest in that, yeah.
Yeah, we want to like see the Metamorph leader, but
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it'll be a Locust of Oberon is annoying.
Another two blades.
Yeah. Okay.
So I should decide to use the Outland leader and backstab here to just try and clear as many as we can, and then I think I attack the remnant with this to get the stun.
Mm.
And yeah, because I'm trying to, because obviously with all these, we're just trying to avoid the big remnant, the big resurrection turn, right? And this way, like, he only has one thing that can attack.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing a good job of keeping him off the board. I mean, one thing with attack, like, a lot of decks don't even run the 5-cost AoE because he can kind of AoE on his own once he has the Immortal Pride on. So it's not like as a it's not like Azrael and Orkz where there's like a really key time you like have to go in. Like you can kind of go in when you want to against Necrons as long as you like they haven't got double Immortal Pride on.
And I think the thing here, I don't know what you think to that turn. I think the thing was I knew I needed to buff Locust,
Yeah, just to clear the.
and I ended up actually going with the full clear. I think.
Okay.
Oh no, do you know what? Because I was planning for that, but then because the stun hit the Tomb Blade, I decided to keep Nexus in cover. So I had it as the backup, if that makes sense. I could have taken out the Tomb Blade, but
Yeah, it's interesting. You get kind of showing some of the like combo sorcery side of like Nexus and using it to buff up Locust.
Another Tomb Blade. It's like
Yeah, wait, so he's on
6, is it now?
I think he's at 6 and then what he's reanimated one. Okay. It kind of like it can be frustrating with this deck because you get to these turns, you're like, come on, just give me the damn Metamorph leader already.
Exactly. I think we go cult here as well. So this is one of those where we are going to have a lot of dudes, but have we got the dude?
Yeah, I mean, if you can combo with just the initiates on their own if you
Now,
if you
what do you think to this? Because the choice here was whether to perfect ambush Nexus and make that trade, or to perfect ambush this guy to ensure another turn.
I generally put perfect ambush on the icon bearer because you're basically guaranteeing 2 more initiates.
Yeah, and it's not it's not Nexus combo that wins us this match here, right? In this situation, anyway. So I feel like protecting the Nexus wasn't that important, really.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty healthy on HP still.
Yeah.
And we don't also looking at your hand as well. Like if you had double Gestalt energy in hand, maybe it'd be a different story. But yeah, no, I think yeah, invulnerability on the icon bearer is like definitely one of the stronger plays.
So we're drawing.
All right, come on.
We're digging.
Come on, it has to be. That's one of the weaknesses of the Nexus. It's there.
But we can use the familiar to get more neophytes here, right? And we can finish this off now, and then we can attack that with the attack the remnant with the icon bearer, and then we can just go phase to get another one. So if we ever do draw the leader, like we have set it up, and this is the thing with this deck, isn't it? It is all about like setting up the combo. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Another Tomb Blade. So,
oh, jeez.
just don't know where he's getting them from.
Has he pulled like he played Dimensional Corridor and like been pulling multiple copies?
Bonkers. Yeah. So now this is like one of those points of the game where it's like if we don't draw one of the leaders, I'd take the three drop at this stage because on E10 you can still do a massive combo there. But
yeah.
If you don't draw one of them, you kind of, and it'll be another one drop.
You gotta just do it, right?
So we got to look, we got to dig again, and it's like if we don't do it, if we don't have it, then I don't know what we do. And finally we find it. And this is going to be one hell of a day of the Ascension because now 35 health, 35 health. Let's see. I'm just gonna.
I think the Day of Ascension might be approaching.
I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit because it's a bit. Yeah.
Oh, me.
And there we go.
He didn't have an answer.
Nah.
There's one nice thing in Timotech is like I imagine he didn't have the AoE in hand, and a lot of decks don't run it flat out. So it can be quite awkward for them to deal with the combo, even if you're doing it a bit later into the game.
So the Atalan leader did had that turn in that game where it took out the Tomb Blade. But let's have a go now with the double Gestalt version.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. All right.
Let's see how we get on.
Yeah. All right.
Play a couple of live matches.
Oh, I see the Creed.
Oh, Ursula. Not played Ursula too much actually with this.
Okay, I would so I would pitch your familiar he's a bit greedy to keep the perfect ambush.
It does give you the Warlord though, the 3, right, to be able to clear the 3 health stuff.
The thing is, it's true. It's just we want to be we want to be digging for combo pieces, is the.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Or do we just play this? Probably do, right? Because we're not going to be building a. Or do we actually for the?
Yeah, you can play planetary. I think that's good.
Just kill our familiar off when we play on.
Ooh, I can bear. Yeah. So I think against Ursa the Creed, I probably would actually clandestine turn 1.
And drop that.
Yeah.
I think against this Warlord, I think poison's massive, right? Like that's the one they can't ignore, really. I feel. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, most people can't ignore the initiates, but yeah, obviously, like deck like Guard really doesn't want to. Basically, I mean, you could just play Icon Barret, because I mean they kind of have to have rattling for it. And he's not getting his duty and stuff off. Obviously, it's not like the best.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if it died, but
The other option would have been to play next turn with the perfect ambush, but then he might have developed the board and it could have been far behind. I don't know. Oh, really?
okay. Well, does he have the defense little pings? The one. Oh wow, that's worked out well for us.
Very
Okay.
well. Oh, it's.
Oh shit! Of course, he's a planetary. Of course. Oh god. Okay. Oh well, that's fine. Okay. It's probably just a draw and backstab turn, I think.
Draw troop.
Yeah, just draw. Yeah, just draw troop. Yeah, just backstab the guard.
Ah. Someone
I
probably.
feel like that's not highlighting my skill as a player to put the icon bearer out with the planetary on the so dumb. Okay, we got 3 1-drops in hand though, so that is like good. I mean, we can go off an E6 with that, and that's kind of fine. Fair enough. I think we're massively bothered by that. Yeah, just draw troop.
Give us a 3-drop. You know what's interesting here, right? We could play the neophyte into the familiar, which is a very weird play, but it means we could clear that and that.
You know what? I think I probably I think that's the right play. I think clearing the Minka is pretty important.
maybe I did that wrong. Maybe we should have taken the 4 damage and used this to clear that and kept this on the board.
I think it's okay. I mean, it would have got cleared next turn anyway. What sabotage did we just give him the barricades? If you can check. Oh wait, if you click, wait, you can click on it in hand. Wait, that's where that normally works. It was barricades. Ah, that was a bit unlucky. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if that last turn was right. I feel like I don't know. We gotta go, aren't we? Or do we drop Locus and go next turn and then we can perfect ambush?
I think. Yeah, actually, I think I prefer the Locust line actually. Yeah, let's draw a troop first. Okay, doesn't really help. Yeah, you just played Locust.
I guess we hit this and hope that the one drop pings.
Yeah. Better to hit that than the Ogrin. Okay. Yeah, so I think we made a couple of misplays in this game on the recording, but that's. I think. Okay. Oh god.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed.
Now I'm regretting using the. What do you call it? No. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the Gene Stealer familiar. We would have liked it now.
Yeah, unfortunately, we kind of gotta just go now. Yeah, box operator, I think. The servo sentry. And then, yeah. Yeah, okay, so I think we made a couple of misplays this game. I think that icon bearer in the turn 2, yeah, that was my bad. I forgot to put planetarium play.
Oh, yeah, maybe we should have. Maybe, yeah, I mean, this card often backfires on me. I'm not actually sure if he's correct to play it.
Yeah.
The thinking is that they play more troops,
No, I
but
think I lost
it's often less consequential for them. Oh my god. Lost connection.
Oh, I think. Oh yeah, I couldn't hear you for a second. I'm back in now. Okay, well, we should probably draw first because we're gonna need. Wait, what the hell do we even need? Probably. Oh my god. I think this is.
I think it's just game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, I think this game is in my. So this is a not a very good demonstration of the deck.
Yeah, let's leave this one. Let's get
Yeah.
out of here.
Okay.
All right, let's play properly now.
Okay, yeah, we'll just run it back. Run it back. Okay, I think last game, we kind of had this awkward opening hand where like everything was a little bit useful, but like we probably wanted a free drop. I think maybe we should have even chucked everything. I wonder about keeping it perfect ambush on going first, because obviously your like hand is a bit small to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay, Gordrang. I would pitch Nexus. Let's see if I could pitch Clandestine. I think I would actually chuck Clandestine because we want a Rogue Informant turn 1. Okay, with the 1 drops. There's not that much in it.
Yeah, just keep it normal.
Yeah. Just Shred, like his name. Ooh, nice. That's much better. Okay, rogue. Yeah, definitely. Hmm. That's a tad awkward.
I wonder if it's nearby here.
I think maybe. I think actually. Yeah, I think actually would be the specialist. We can maybe use the specialist as a bit of a sort of a weird stealth free drop. And yeah, don't swing. Don't with you basically you don't tend to swing unless it's Imhotep sometimes.
So you reckon go?
Okay.
Oh no, we got the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got Biophicus by that. See if he cares about clearing it or not. He may well not clear it. He may well leave it in his hand. Yeah, he's just not gonna care. So yeah, it's very important we don't give him a second poison supplies because that can massively backfire.
We're gonna go with Locust now then.
Yeah, I would go swap to Locust and take the musculature.
Only problem is if he.
Oh, sorry, not musculature, the armor.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you worried about the
Flames.
Um,
Assault. Whereas if we Icon Bearer now, we guarantee the 1 drops. But really, we need to shut this guy down, don't we? I don't know.
yeah, I would still generally go yeah Locust here into the.
Although if you're worried about flames, you can play Icon Bearer now, get the bag the armor, and then next turn play Locust with the armor.
I think. uh, I I think I would go Locust here just because so we can play I still think it's better to get the Locust down and then enhance resilience because we can still put the resilience on the Icon Bearer next turn if we want.
Would you attack?
Also, we do that. Flames isn't.
Would you not?
Yeah, you can attack if you want. Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, you may as well attack. Actually, it's not. There's not. I think actually, if he flames, unless it high rolls a 4, we can always resilience it back up. Okay.
Okay, so now we got Icon Bearer into this. This is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, this is ideal.
So where do you want to put the enhanced resilience?
So if we put it, the thing is, either one we put it on is probably going to get.
He wants to kill this first, right? He wants to kill Icon Bearer first, I think. Or does he, actually? It's a beatdown. I don't know.
I think I would be tempted. I would put the resilience on the Icon Bearer actually, because at least then, if he sends Squig Buggy in, at least it's taken the 2 damage. But if you put it on Locust, it's probably if you put the armor on the Locust, then Squig Buggy is just a complete blowout. Have you attacked with Well, you didn't. Did you?
Oh,
You didn't attack
no.
with the Warlord. So we were talking so much about where to put the resilience.
Oh, boy. Oh no, BJ. What are you doing? Oh, he's gone the other way anyway.
I don't know, if you wanted to get the stomp damage in.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we can kind of mess around for one more turn. I would draw troop and then trooper into specialist, I think. Yeah, and trooper. Cult propaganda, definitely not the second poison supplies. And then, unfortunately, it's a bit of an awkward show. We have to range attack everything in, but we still get the initiate, so it's okay. And with it being E7 next turn, we basically we're playing the initiates out, whether we draw Metamorph or not. Have we seen his we've not seen his defense card yet. Um, he's not played he's not played the Grots, and he's not played okay. So taking a little bit of damage here. Oh, nice, he gave us. So, we have 4, 5, 6 initiates. I would play out 5 initiates and then actually play out 1 Jackal Scout. Because we need to hit the proper killie in his hand, or else we are very much dead. Okay, range attack, yeah. Crap now.
Should we kill that?
I'm trying to think. 11 versus 12. It's
not going to make a difference.
Yeah, we're hoping to hit the proper killie with the Jackal Scout here. So put down 2 more, and then yep. And then I'd actually put double Jackal Scout down. We really want to make sure we hit the proper killie. Okay, hit the Warbarker. Just any bird he has in hand, we gotta try and hit it. Cult propaganda, I guess. Okay, there some either he's got the proper killie or yeah, if he's got the proper killie and we're dead or not. You will find a lot of the Orc matchups. The Orc gym bosses, most games will end like this, where like you get to E7, E6, and like one of you is dead.
Wait, no.
Oh, okay. Oh damn.
No, I'm looking about. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, GG's. So I mean, just for this, I don't know.
This is also
educational sense. If
play the Nexus and then buff everything.
Yeah, I mean, if it played something like Scorcher and like mopped up a bit of your board, that's where Nexus would come in and help you buff up your board and just secure the lethal. Yeah, I think definitely better opener. I think a bit more aggressive on the mulligan. Mirror against. Oh. I think I would just keep Rogue Informant and okay. I'm gonna guess this is Outriders. In which case
I think it's Uprising. I think most players play Uprising.
I don't know. I've not seen many other people play Uprising, to be honest. Yeah, I just go normal. We don't know.
Outriders though?
Mining Tremors, I guess.
So we've got 3 options here.
Yeah, I mean it's either Talent Draw or Rogue Informant Draw. I would probably still Rogue Informant turn 1.
Oh god.
Go.
We take that.
I would probably take the second Rogue Informant and just re-roll it.
Oh, that's awful. Now he's put the sabotage in and we're gonna be behind, I think.
Yeah. I mean, depends what he gives us, but the Stealth Jackal Scout is not doing too much, and the second Clandestine isn't doing too much. Okay. Yeah, I think it's Locus. You can maybe start going face actually if he's not hitting you and you've got the unit down first. I think it's gonna be Outriders. If it is Outriders, we may actually want to. Oh yeah, this is so Outriders. This is 100% Outriders. This is like the old play pattern. So I would I would probably.
Here, aren't we? Not that we can play it here though.
I would
Or,
probably Rogue Informant and Neophyte Specialist, or
or do we go for double sabotage here, and then knowing because in the next turn we can rogue informant if we find the 3 drop, we drop it with that. So if one of us uses his turn up here.
the thing is, there's an argument to use Sabotage next turn
Oh, yeah,
because then you're gonna
no,
it's gonna be in his Outrider's turn. That's kind of why I want to draw.
Okay, let's draw now.
Yeah, Rogue Informant again. Ooh, Icon Bearer, nice.
Draw
Okay,
again.
actually, in that, I would actually, I think next turn we want to put Icon Bearer down, so that changes our next turn a little bit. So I would actually, put down the Specialist because he's gonna be stunned. He's not gonna have a, and then yeah, call Propaganda, and then yeah, just stun and go face again.
Yeah, that's a really good call there because he's stunned, isn't he? So that's exactly when you want to play this guy when he's stunned.
Yeah. Oh, we pricked his hand a little. That's nice. I'm assuming it's Outriders. It does make me feel a bit weird that he punched face back, but I don't know. I think. Okay, that's the I don't know if you saw the armor symbol there, but that's the what was it, like the 5 melee, 5 HP, 1 armor thing.
Oh, I didn't see it. No. Is there a giveaway?
Yeah, you can like see the armor symbol for like a couple frames.
Oh my god. So
Yeah, Icon.
Oh,
actually, you know what we should do?
We can actually play this into Icon Bearer if it's the 5 melee one, right?
Wait. He put perfect ambush on it.
I know,
So.
but does it matter? If it's the 5 melee 0 range, we still get a trade that does nothing to us, and we draw a initiate, right?
Okay, so that's we could go down that line. The alternative line is to put Icon Bearer and heal, so that way we get the stun.
Oh, I see.
Next turn, which I'm kind of inclined to do, just because Locus is there on.
That's way better.
On 2 HP.
Yep, definitely.
We're still getting free procs. Yeah, just put the damage on face. And he's still not cleared that first sabotage. So if he plays Outriders and just leaves the sabotage in hand, he's gonna get really punished by the. Well. Okay, I did call it. To be fair, I did call it.
You did.
Okay, well you can see Icon Bearer.
Yeah, he needed to, because I mean, if the Icon Bearer with stealth is there on 5, that's such a disgusting turn. I love how we drew our vanilla initiative just on time.
Just to add on. Yeah, I mean, I think you know the order here. Come on, I mean, that might just be GG. Like I can't. It's either second Outriders he has to play, or even if he has the AoE combo, this Metamorph leaders could just kill him.
It's horrendous, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what. Yeah. Even if he has backstab onto the explosives, it's not gonna deal with the leader.
Well, no, yeah, because even Atalan, unless, or you could actually have Atalan, explosive, perfect. He'd need perfect ambush as well, wouldn't he, to get the strike off?
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, perfect hand is explosives into Atalan leader into energy refill, and then
he's not gonna have that. He's just gonna kill it with the Sanctus.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Ooh, GG.
GG's. Yeah, just go face of everything.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's like it's demoralizing for your opponent with this, because they see all these little guys with like 2 health, but they've all got like 5 or 6 damage, and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you can't clear them all unless you got AoE, and like I feel like AoE is not as prevalent. I mean, like Eldar aren't very relevant this meta. Okay, let's do a Creed run back. Okay.
I mean, I wonder
let's
if we
definitely
keep Saboteur in this match.
I wouldn't. It's just you need A, we're looking for combos, and two, B, it's a 6-drop. I'd keep everything but Biophagous.
Kick everything except buff.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, keep everything,
Yeah, yeah.
but keep the Biophagous. My bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's not take planetary this time.
No, let's not take it.
Okay.
Grey Wind.
Yeah, just draw troop. Okay. You're not too mad seeing the 1-drops when you got the leader in the hand waiting. So it should be, I think, 100% Biophagous next turn. Yeah, so the classic scary Ursula opener. Then yeah, just play Biophagous and punch the Guardsman. If we don't draw a good free drop, the line might just be Specialist and draw next turn. Yep.
What did he play? Missed that.
Oh, he got rid of the Sabotage and played Favor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that heal went where we wanted it. We can actually ping them with this now, right? With a melee.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we got to do
That backstab's a little bit tempting, actually.
I think so. I think you got to, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, and then backstab the medic. See what it gives. Yep. Yeah, do double call. Yeah, I think yeah, having the the early sabotage has definitely helped us out a lot.
Oh, this is the first game I think we've had the Gestalt energy.
Yeah, we'll see if we need it. Okay, well that's interesting because he's given us 2 initiates. Obviously, it's not great, but
Kind of sad that we use that backstab now.
No, I mean we've got our combo was pretty nasty next turn.
Next turn.
Yeah. So what's the line? I mean, I think we just put like I think it's just Locus. Actually, draw stratagem first. Draw a stratagem just in case we draw the second backstab. Then I'll refer that. Okay, feels bad. Oh yeah, just put Locus down.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't. 22. He's not banked to stratagem yet. I don't.
Our combo comes out AoE, and he probably does want to get rid of the cults now, surely. Yeah.
Yeah, we can afford to now. At least now with the new Griff, he doesn't get the extra.
Oh, because he has to slay, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's one nice thing about putting down stealth units against Griff now. Oh, and he lets us have the. Okay. I think we're okay here then. Yeah, just yeah, full combo. Then, ideally, we should ping out the Griff. Fingers crossed.
Do we want to try and stun his warlord?
I mean, ideally we would get 2 hits onto the Ogrin, and then we can range attack it. But mean, I guess you could say there's a safer line of just trading your locusts in now.
Kinda safer, but then is it safer? Because then you're not got the stun on the thing.
Yeah, actually, just keep playing your initiates out, and we'll just decide once the. Okay, hang on the last one just in case. Okay, yeah, put the last one out. We should get one ping on the ogre in. Nice. Yeah, ranged attack the ogre in.
Double gestalt.
Yeah, we got this is the follow up. Yeah, is it would.
This would be a nice way to end the video if we get a double gestalt.
Yeah. Okay, what's he got? Okay, that.
Just to survive.
Yeah, it's just double. I don't think we probably don't even need a double gestalt actually, but we may as well.
Oh boy. And the funny thing is, we can even stun him. Just for.
Oh, BJ, you and your showboating.
Double gestalt.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Here we go.
Oh my lord. So
Yeah.
you got to hit with that, right?
Yeah. This be. I mean, you got lethal. I mean, you got lethal a few ways over.
Okay, double gestalt is in then, I guess. Point proven.
I mean, to be fair, we did actually need it then. That was it. That was it more being a win more. Double.
Kind of, but like what was interesting there is it. So if you think about where our HPs were in that game, right? Like we were massively behind. So that was actually a game where even just the combo might not necessarily have won us the game. Like the Gestalt just made sure of it, didn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to call that win more. Like it almost like it's kind of played a niche there where like you could imagine games like that against Imatech as well, where he's just still got gazillions of health and you know you finally draw the combo or whatever. And so yeah, no, that was
yeah.
Cool.
When I found the double Gestalt really good is that there'll be like obviously he didn't manage to clear anything of our board, but you know against Imatech he might play like the double Tomb Blades or Orkz or like Squig Buggy something, and like just having the double Gestalt can like really help you just finish it off. When like when like kind of like half your board or something gets cleared.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So a slightly embarrassing game at the start with some misplays, but I think we've been a bit more aggressive on the Mulligan. I think
we made amends.
We made amends. Yeah, I think the lesson from that first game is be a bit more aggressive with the Mulligans because there's a lot of things that are kind of all like nice into every matchup, but at the end of the I don't know. You want to be like looking for those combo pieces while maybe keeping one or two things that are like important.
Definitely. Definitely, man. Now that's really cool, and I mean it's cool that we found a line with Gene Stealers because I do think overall as a faction now that they are slightly underpowered. I think there are many useless units, not least because ambush just as a mechanic doesn't work very well. And there's loads of like oddly statted units, isn't there? And like they've got really good early drops, nice use of stealth, and then beyond that they don't have. I think you said they don't have much that like sticks to the board.
Yeah, I mean, I saw like Goliath truck, and the odd unit here and there. There isn't much. It's like as real where you put down like your Terminators with like 4 HP, 1 armor. They're just like are really like hard to clear in the early game and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's good that we found, even in a season where they're probably, let's be honest, a bit weaker, but we've actually found quite a strong deck. A difficult deck. It's not an easy one to play, but
yeah, I mean you'll notice even the games you won, your HP gets so low. Like one thing with this deck, it really feels like you're kind of threading the needle between like getting your combo off and not quite dying, but like every win you'll get against Mazrog or Gordrang with this deck, you'll have a very similar board state of like you're on like 13, 14 HP and there, but you've got your combo off and they can't quite finish you off, but they also can't clear. but it'll always feel close just because like you probably would more turn away from like dying to burn. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. And you've got to be comfortable with that. I mean, like some people, I don't know, your life is another resource to use, right? And this is a combo deck. It's all about pulling those pieces together and having that turn where essentially you turn the tide and you win the game. So yeah, you've got to be comfortable with
yeah.
winning with very little health left
I know.
sometimes.
I've seen the odd Saffa that like will spam healing against Gordrang and stuff, and I would say generally that's generally not worth doing. The main time you use the heal is to like boost your Locust back up one,
Mm,
or if it's in like late game and like it's more like an advanced thing. If you kind of know like like the exact numbers of where you're gonna die, then sometimes the heal can put you above that. But like um, yeah, you don't want to try and rely on that with Saf. The heal is definitely like the worst option. You want to be drawing that combo
mm,
99% of the time. Um,
yeah, definitely. Well,
um,
thanks, Sliver. That was a lot of fun actually. Nice way of
Great.
getting
Yeah, I
back
mean,
into the game and trying to get back into the meta and stuff. So appreciate it.
yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Good luck with it. If any of you viewers like have questions about the deck, I mean, if you want to ping me on Discord, I usually try and they can try and be helpful.
Yeah, and let us know.
Um,
Let us know in the comments what you think to this one, guys. And yeah, we'll maybe do another one. We'll get the. I still haven't got the new war boss yet, which is annoying.
I've got free coffee somehow. I just get it from Orc boosters.
I just,
But the thing I can't stand like Orc control slash gym boss mirrors. It's just too boring. So
yeah,
I've just not played him.
I've got
Uh,
the green horde deck's pretty good to be honest. That's been doing well. But we'll
hmm.
we'll we'll we'll, we'll come back. We'll do another one, maybe a Gaskell version or something like that when I've got
Yeah.
a few more of the cards. And yeah, hope you've all enjoyed that video, and especially obviously G Stealer players who have been hit pretty hard by the nerfs. Maybe you've been struggling this season. Hopefully that has rejuvenated the faction a little bit for you. What I might do as well, I think at the beginning we put out two replays against two meta decks. The other one is Azrael. It's another meta deck. I've got a game against that as well, which I might tag on for you at the end of this. So stick around to watch that. And other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, so here we got a game against Azrael. And we've got a pretty troop heavy opening hand, so we do decide to kick the Saboteur. I think it would be okay to keep Saboteur there, but we're probably going to end up drawing lots of one drops, so we're probably looking to play for the Metamorph leader turn. And that's a beautiful switch out. So we secret agendas. We're just going to draw. And we get the second Nexus. So sometimes you get these hands where you don't have any troops, and other times you get hands where it's very, very troop heavy. So no Taman opening for him. We can go down, slam the Biophagus here. There's an argument to say that you should speed play the Locust. I still play the old line of Biophagus first, because he delays him having to play the Sabotage out, and also you can potentially put the armor buff on Locust. But there isn't, against these like agenda or like beat down stuff, basically where there's value in stunning the Lord, there is an argument to play the Locust first. So far this is like all pretty standard. So I go ahead and play the supplies there, and I think the thinking is like he could obviously play 1 and drop the 3 drop, whereas here it's like really forcing him to use all his energy, and then we can kind of develop a pretty proactive board here by playing like Icon Bearer plus Enhanced Resilience or something like that. It's interesting that I actually play on Locust, but against Archangels it might actually be better to just play that on the Icon Bearer, because this can obviously be traded out by all the ranged flankers for free. So it may have been better to just dump that on the Icon Bearer. See, that wouldn't have been enough to take it out. So we actually decide to just go ahead and delay by another turn. If he's got Deadly Hunters, then obviously he could play it there anyway. So he clears the Locust, and obviously we do mill the Balfigus there, but it kind of doesn't matter because we can just sort of go off on the combo here. Day of Ascension approaches. I think we decide to do this because we kind of want to not just waste all the pings. Probably haven't quite ordered this correct. Probably could have gone one before that. So we build a massive board, and then obviously the question is, has he got the Deadly Hunters? But because we were sort of, if you look at the order in here, we attack, and there's so many pings here, we're putting so much damage on. And the Icon Bearer is getting bigger from the leader buff. Yeah, it's okay. So he has the Deadly Hunters, but we know that with the Gestalt energy that we can kind of like finish it off from the Warlord Saffa herself. Speed up this animation a little bit. Obviously he's gonna clear the board. He's gonna have to take 2 damage anyway, right? Yeah. Doesn't do it. Doesn't matter. Just drop the Gestalt energy for the win.